order. I'm going to ask Chief to do, Chief to do the pledge for us and Jamie to do the prayer. Here's the flag right here. There it is there.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Gracious, wise, and eternal Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to gather and be about the business of the seniors of the East Baton Rouge Parish, God. We pray and we ask that you will govern our hearts, God, as we attempt to govern ourselves accordingly, God. Help us to know that it's all about you, God, that in all of our decisions that you get all the glory, that the seniors may be serviced. Help us to humble our hearts and bridle our tongues. These and many more blessings we ask in your darling Son, Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Jerry Booker,
Here.
Representative Steve Marcel, Attorney Jennifer Mozart,
Here.
Mr. Jamie Robinson present, Ms. Pamela Mitchell,
En
Ms.
route.
Patricia Williams, Pastor Leo Cyrus,
Absent.
Attorney Steve Schilling, here. Chief Carl Dunn, here. Ms. Ingrid Payne, Mrs. Kathy Coleman, Councilwoman Carolyn Coleman, Dr. Derek Cole. We have 7 members present, Madam Chair, with a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Adoption of the agenda you have in front of you.
I make a motion to adopt the agenda.
A second.
Okay, it's been moved by Jamie and second by Jennifer for the adoption of the agenda. All those in favor, say aye. Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, the agenda has been adopted. Any public comments? Entertaining public comments? Hearing none.
Jamie got a comment calling in.
You have a comment, Jamie?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. There are no public comments. We're going to move forward with our action items. And we're going to call the Finance Committee. Ms. Pratt?
Finance Committee met this morning with Ms. Pratt and went over the revisions to the budget, and there were just a couple, and I think Ms. Pratt's going to address them.
Okay, in your packet, the page on top of the packet that you have from finance is the combined operating budgets. All of the other attachments are just supporting documentation. Since we had our revision in February at the last board meeting, I'm only going to discuss changes since then that we'll need approval on the revisions. First of all, we had, there were 2 major things that happened so that, that made it so that we have to amend this budget. GOEA requires that we do it by April 30th of every fiscal year so that we can get us closer within our 10% of our budget line items for our by June 30th. We'd had PMAS changes, and we also created additional cash because we had positions that we did not fill and will not fill between now and June 30th. So that's where the money comes from to fund the PMASs, and the attrition dollars was greater than what we did for PMAS. That resulted in changes in our personnel expenses. So it actually overall, including program salaries, administrative salaries, and the fringe, it resulted in a $315,000 reduction in personnel costs. Travel, we don't go into the homes now with our seniors. So we only do like emergency cases or specific cases. So reduced my travel budget by $10,000 for the rest of the fiscal year. The other change we made, CAAA, Capital Area Agency on Aging, they provide educational classes for our seniors, and we finally got in contact with them, or they got in contact with us, and they will be doing a couple of matter balances type classes for our seniors before June 30th of this year, and that's usually it's a $12,000 contract. So I put that back. I had deleted it before because of COVID we had not done it. I didn't know if it would start again, but it has. So I put that 12,000 back in the budget, and that is coming out of the general fund of GOEA. The special events, I added $50,000 there because we're having a big event next week. That is a big event. And I thought we'd put an additional 50,000 in that account, just to give us a little cushion, because I had 125 there, so I put another 50 there for that. Intergenerational program for grandparents raising grandchildren. We made our $5,000 donation to grandparents raising grandchildren. They had their statewide meeting, and we made our donation sponsorship for that. And the program that's at the Ageless Center on Gus Young, it's starting to pick up. We're having children and seniors that's participating in the program, and once a month now they have a big program for the community kids. And they do camps, book camps, and camps when school is out too. So I gave them a little money to finish the year out. And the only other line item that I adjusted was raw foods and materials. Everything has gone up in cost. And of course, when you talk about food items, y'all know how that is at your grocery stores. Even the paper that we do when we do our boxes has gone up. So anyway, I put $248,000 over there just for a cushion. I think we were gonna be okay, but just in case we're not, or food keep rising between now and June. So I put an additional $248,000 there. Those are the only adjustments that I made to the budget from our last time that we revised it. And I had a couple other items I want to mention to you. One was the pool. We had budgeted $300,000 for the pool. The work has started on that. He's done quite a bit. And it should be ready probably by June 30th, which is why I left that in the budget. Our parking lot is still in there for the admin building, $350,000 for that. We don't know what the real cost would be because that was our projected cost way at the beginning. But for now, we have just that $350,000 in the budget for that. And if the plan is to move into the building by July, it will happen before June 30th to lay that parking lot, we think, so I left that alone. We added another person to our building and grounds department. So we have 2 people there, and because we have so many buildings that we have to maintain, and rather than calling a maintenance man every time we have to change a filter or something, we decided to do it in-house. So anyway, we transferred another person to that department, and they're keeping up all of the buildings that for our senior center sites that we have, and administrative as well. So anyway, we needed a truck, another way for him to travel and carry his tools and ladders and stuff. So we did purchase a truck for that department. And that's it. I think if you have any questions, I'd be willing to answer any questions.
The balance on the FF&E, that is.
Oh, that's just what I put there. That's not the total balance so far, and what we're using for that as well. At the end of last fiscal year, we had like $3.5 million fund surplus,
Right.
And of course that money is used for a capital outlay as well. So that would be put into whatever we have in this budget left this year.
And that's for the
Admin building, yes, admin building.
Okay.
We probably gonna come in under budget.
She thinks so. It's
I
looking
laugh
pretty good right
'cause
now.
we've been arguing about it. We're gonna
We
come
have.
in. I'm on the track to prove her that I can bring that in under budget in the FF&E department category.
FF&E category, she said.
Not the building.
Okay, any
Now
questions?
that concludes my report.
Any other questions?
I have a, but I'll ask them after the meeting.
Okay.
The resolution, State of Louisiana, Parish of East Baton Rouge Parish, board resolution to adopt this instrument fiscal year 2022 budget revision on the 28th day of April 2022 at the Board of Directors of the East Baton Rouge Parish Council on Aging Incorporated, a corporation held in the city of Baton Rouge, state of Louisiana, with a quorum of directors present. The following business was conducted. It was duly moved and seconded that the following resolution be adopted. Be it resolved, the Board of Directors of the named above corporation does hereby accept the revisions of the fiscal 2022 fiscal year. The above resolution was passed by a majority of those present and voting in accordance with the bylaws and articles of incorporation. I certify that the above and foregoing constitutes a true and correct copy of a part of the minutes of the meeting of the Board of Directors held on the 28th day of April 2022, signed Jamie Robinson, Secretary.
Okay. Can I get a motion for
I'll
acceptance?
make a motion that we accept that resolution.
second.
For the board revision for 2022.
I'll second it.
Is it been moved in second that we accept the revisions of the board? Are there any questions? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. No opposition, so it has been accepted. Okay, we're going to move on to the board development report. Jamie?
Mr. Chair, if you could, take the folks, and not in global, one at a time for the vote, each member.
I'm sorry?
Instead of taking them all together, can you do them one at a time?
Okay, will I call for the vote or Ms. Wood call for each of them?
This-
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
All right, so, can I give
Yes.
a report and then she calls for each of them?
Yes.
Okay. Today, the Board Development Committee met, and the task of today's meeting was to fill 5 vacant seats. The vacant seats are our Baker Community appointment, our Baton Rouge Community, 2 Baton Rouge Community appointment seats, 1 nonprofit appointment seat, and 1 public-private appointment seat. Our committee unanimously are suggesting these candidates to you as potential members of the board. Based upon the resumes that you can find within your package, they are all qualified and they make great additions to the board. The vacant community appointment that is currently held by our chairwoman, Ms. Jerry Booker. The proposed candidate is Ms. Hirsch. The Baton Rouge community seat that is currently held by Jennifer Mozart, we are proposing Attorney Luke Thibodeau. The second Baton Rouge community seat that is currently held by Attorney Chandler Luke, we're proposing Reverend Hunter. The nonprofit appointment seat that was once formerly held by Father Andrews, we are proposing Reverend Mary Moss. The public-private appointment that is currently held by Reverend Cyrus, we're proposing Attorney Jacqueline Nash. That is our report, Madam Chair, and at this time we ask that this body also move these candidates in favor.
Okay, we're taking the candidates one by one, and I'm asking for a motion for the Baker
I make a
community.
motion for Baker.
The Baker community, and that's
Connie Kirsch?
Connie Kirsch.
I make a motion.
Okay. Can I get a second?
I second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and second that we accept for the Baker community, Connie Kirsch. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. For the Baker community, Connie Kirsch. For the Baton Rouge community, Attorney Luke Thibodeau, which...
I make a motion to accept Luke Thibodeau.
Okay, it's been moved by Jamie that we make a motion. Can I get a second? Second. Okay, second by Ms. Williams. It's been moved and second that we accept Attorney Luke Thibodeau. All those in favor?
Aye.
Can we get it, well, okay.
All those
Can we,
opposed?
Madam Chair, if possible, can we get a hand?
Okay, we can get a hand vote, because
Just so
I
we can
hear
have it for
some
the rec-
nays.
yeah.
All those in favor, let me see by a show of hands.
Or you want to do a roll call vote,
Can we do a roll call?
Mr. Secretary? Sure.
Okay, we're gonna do a roll call vote. Just for this one, because I heard
for
some
Thibodeau.
nays for Thibodeau.
We're gonna do a roll call vote for the Thibodeau, unless moving forward there is an additional name or another. All right, this time we will do a roll call vote for the Baker community seat that is currently held by Attorney Jennifer Mozart.
Baton Rouge.
Baton
I'm
Rouge.
sorry, the Baton Rouge community seat, that's currently held by Attorney Jennifer Mozart. And the proposed candidate is Attorney Chandler Luke.
No.
Luke Thibodeau.
Luke Thibodeau.
Luke Thibodeau.
They look alike,
They look alike.
Oh, Lord.
and I like both of them. Mrs. Jerry Booker.
Nay, no.
No,
Okay. Representative C. Denise Marcel.
she absent.
She actually just got,
Just, Just go with the ones.
Attorney Jennifer Mozart.
Nay.
Mr. Jamie Robinson, yes. Ms. Pamela Mitchell.
She's
Ms.
not here.
Patricia Williams. Yay.
Okay,
You said yay or nay?
yes.
Pastor Leo Cyrus.
Not here.
Attorney Steve Schilling.
No.
Chief Carl Dunn.
Nay.
Ingrid Payne. Nay. Ms. Kathy Coleman.
She not here.
Councilwoman Carolyn Coleman, Dr. Derek Cole.
Oh, not
Madam
here.
Chair, there are 2 yeas, 5 nays, and the nays have it.
Right.
The board, the committee will meet again soon to fill this vacancy. Would you like to change your vote?
No.
No, is it-
Question?
change mine?
I don't think we can't, no,
No.
well,
We
in
got
order
to-
to have that conversation, I think we have to go in the executive session. Now, I think the chair can choose to do so if she wants. But, could we on
What's your
the,
question?
Oh, I'd just like to know if you all had in a committee meeting and you proposed this person, why are you voting nay? I mean,
Because, okay. And, so in my committee today, the person who just objected, Ms. Mozart, was not present in the committee meeting. So within my committee, only the present committee members are able to vote them out of committee and send it to the general board. And the general board must report them as favorable to the, for the general meeting, so members can vote for them to then take the seat. Did I explain that? So
Very
today,
good.
My committee, Ms. Booker was present, I was present, and Chief Dunn. Chief Dunn made a motion to accept them, and Madam Chair Booker seconded the motion. Today, with there being a nay, I think what happened was, in committee, we were all favorable, but once we saw here that the rest of our colleagues were not, we valued the opinion of our colleagues more than what he reported on his resume.
very good. Good explanation.
Very good, Jamie.
Very good.
Okay, so therefore, we have to go back to meeting, and we have to do another recommendation for that seat, because the nays have it.
Yes.
Okay? We're going to move on to Baton Rouge Community, and Jamie?
I make a motion that we accept Reverend Hunter, actually, can someone?
I'll make a motion to accept Reverend Hall.
Okay, it's been moved and second,
I second the motion for Reverend Hunter.
Okay.
that we accept Reverend Hunter.
Yes, ma'am.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Aye.
All right,
I vote
Okay.
Reverend Hunter.
all right,
We have one opposition,
all right. We don't need
Okay.
roll call for that. All right,
and we don't need a roll call because
It's
that's
just one.
one, so the ayes have it.
all right.
Okay? For nonprofit,
A nonprofit, I make a motion that we accept Reverend Moss.
I second.
it's been moved and second that we accept Reverend Mary Moss. All those in favor? Those opposed? Seeing no opposition, Reverend Moss has been accepted. And lastly, we have for public and private, we have Attorney Jacqueline Nash.
I make a motion that we accept Professor Nash.
Okay?
I second.
It's been moved and second that we accept Attorney Jacqueline Nash. All those in favor? Those opposed? Seeing no opposition, we accept Attorney Jacqueline Nash. We have all of the board members except one. Are there any questions? Okay. Moving right along to unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business?
Wait. We need to go to item number 2, please, Madam Chair. Jill,
Oh, I'm sorry.
okay. GOEA board roster.
Okay.
Here, you can use mine.
Okay.
It's right here, look. Yeah, you looking at your old.
Oh, I'm looking
Yeah.
at that one. Okay, let's move to the GOEA board roster. And this is where they send the roster to us, letting us know who is on and off the board.
We just need to accept it from them. We just
And
need a
the
motion to accept
What
the,
are the names?
the roster.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to accept the GOEA board roster for fiscal year 2020 and 2022, as well as the fiscal year 2021 and 2022.
That's it.
Okay, are there any questions? This is the roster.
Okay.
Okay, are there any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
We need a second. Yeah. A second for
Second.
James. Yeah.
Okay, it's been moved in second that we accept the roster that was sent to us from the state. All those in favor?
All right.
All those opposed? The ayes have it, the roster has been accepted. Okay,
Then we're back here.
okay. Resolutions, the Emergency Preparedness Plan.
Madam Chair, we just need a resolution.
You got it.
We submitted our updated emergency preparedness plan for 2022, 2023. Only thing that changed, just we drilled down on our potential pandemic rules, regulations that were given to us from the CDC in case there's another variant or the coronavirus turns into the Miller Lite virus or whatever, you know. It's hard, you know, all the subvariants. And so the only thing that has changed, one is our phone tree, meaning we updated our phone numbers for who's the first point of contact for emergencies, and what we'll do in times of disaster, natural disaster, and pandemic.
Okay, are there any other questions? Let's see how the resolution. You take mine and you need one. Yeah.
State of Louisiana Parish of East Baton Rouge Board resolution to adopt this instrument, acceptance of the 2022 Emergency Preparedness Plan. On the 28th day of April 2022, at a meeting of the Board of Directors of East Baton Rouge Parish Conservation Incorporated, a corporation held in the city of Baton Rouge, the state of Louisiana, with a quorum of directors present, the following business was conducted. It was duly moved and seconded that the following resolution be adopted. Be it resolved, the Board of Directors of the above-named corporation does hereby accept the 2022 Emergency Preparedness Plan. The above resolution was passed by a majority of those present and voting in accordance with the bylaws and article of incorporation. I certify that the above and foregoing constitutes a true and correct copy of a part of the minutes of a meeting of the Board of Directors held on the 28th day of April 2022, and it's passively signed by me, Secretary.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I move to adopt the 2022 Emergency Preparedness Plan resolution.
I
Second?
second that motion.
It's been moved in second that we accept the Emergency Preparedness Plan. All in favor? All opposed? Seeing no opposition, the plan has been accepted. Okay, we're going to move to the annual certification, American with Disabilities Act, the ADA compliance.
Board members, these are just items that we have to do as we go into, get ready for our annual meeting. It's just a certification that we do comply with ADA issues, and we can do both of them in global, and also that we declare that the board and the agency follows a nepotism policy. We have to do this before every annual meeting. Mr. Secretary.
Madam Chair, before we read the resolution, let the record reflect that Ms. Pamela Mitchell did join the meeting at 12:34.
Thank you.
Annual certification of American with Disabilities ADA compliance. Per the American with Disabilities ADA Act, public buildings must be accessible to individuals with disabilities. This is to certify that the buildings, AAA, COA, meal sites, satellite sites, etc., under this administration of the East Baton Rouge Parish Council on Aging are in compliance with the ADA. And if it is moved by this committee today to be signed by the director and the board chairperson.
Okay.
And you-
I move that we accept the annual certification, well, the ADA compliance resolution, I guess, is it a resolution?
Yeah.
I second that motion.
It's been moved and second that we accept the ADA compliance resolution. Are there any questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? All those,
All right,
no opposition. Seeing no opposition, it has been accepted by this board. Okay, the declaration of nepotism.
Declaration of Nepotism Form, EBR Council on Aging. For the purpose of this form, immediate family is defined as follows: husband, wife, father, father-in-law, mother, mother-in-law, brother, brother-in-law, sister, sister-in-law, son, son-in-law, daughter, daughter-in-law, grandfather, grandmother. Does this agency on aging / council on aging employ any immediate family members of the head or of the board of directors? Yes or no?
Ms. Booker is my mother.
No.
No.
Treat you like
No.
No, Jamie.
No.
So
Okay.
no.
So no. All right. So we'll sign this.
Okay.
We'll need a motion for
Can I
this.
get a motion?
No, we don't need a motion for
You don't
this.
need a motion?
We just have to
Okay.
answer.
You just had to answer. No, I'm not Tasha's mom.
So if someone is, and it's just a question, if someone is our mother, like say my mama falls down the road looking, she doesn't get my help or anything, she just applies for a job without me knowing and you guys hire her.
We
Would she
can't.
not be eligible?
No, she wouldn't be.
Okay.
Because
She's your mom.
you serve over you are fiscally responsible for the agency, and so she couldn't work. None of these people on the list in your family or mine can work with the agency.
I'll call my mom and tell she can work.
Okay.
All right.
If there are no questions, we're going to move to the CEO's report. Tasha?
He said, Trudy, you fired Trudy. He said, Trudy old enough to be his mama. She said, I'm your grandmother then. Oh, I'm the grandmother. Okay, just briefly, you all, we want to go over, I want to just give you some updates on where we are with the Lotus headquarters. We are 80% complete. That is the new administrative building. If you pass by it, you'll see it. We are in the phase, they are installing the kitchen equipment. The walk-in freezers have been installed. All the painting is being done. The flooring is being put in. And then, so we're gonna get ready to start putting furniture and fixtures in. We should have permanent power to the building in the next week or so. We did run into a problem with an oak tree, and that is right in the midst of what they call the bioswale, where water has to run. So we had to hire an arborist to go out and rock the oak tree. Just make sure that we don't damage any of its roots, and make sure that they give us a study on it. Who knew that so much goes on with an oak tree, but we've learned a lot about trees. And it cost us a lot to learn a lot about trees. But anyway, so they gave us a plan on how to do what we need to do without damaging Old Boy. So we named him Old Boy. And so we're doing that. And so the building, we're slated to start moving in before the end of July. And then we'll be doing punch lists before the end of July. And we hope to do some type of grand opening activity August, into August. And that's where we are as it relates to the Lotus headquarters. And we will come in with FF&E under budget.
So when will we get out of the other?
We're going to start getting out. We're going to get out while they painting and filling in and fixing. We're going to start getting out in July.
Okay.
It's our hope to start
Not
moving.
pay August rent.
And we don't pay rent.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Not pay August light bills, but we're hoping to start moving the kitchen first, which is, we'll need to go first because they do all the cooking in the meal. So, and that'll take us about a week and a half or so. So we're gonna move in phases, and then move the administration there shortly thereafter. And so we're looking forward to doing that. Also, Lotus Village, I just want to update you on that. We are about 75% on a lot of the units. So Lotus Village, we're gonna do that in phases. The first 34 units will come on board to be rented in August. Our funding source wants us to do it in 3 phases. So we'll do 34 in August, 34 in October, 34, the others in November. So we're gonna do some kind of grand opening. I'm hoping we can do it together, both buildings, like a block party kind of thing. We'll go from one to the other. But the first 34 seniors will get ready to move in the first phase of Lotus Village. We are going to have what we call a pre-rental meeting with potential seniors that want to move in there, just to tell them, because this is a tax credit property, there are some rules and regulations. For instance, you have to be 62 and older, not 60. You know, we start everything at 60. 62 and older, there's certain income guidelines. There's certain number of units that are rented at like 30% of income, 50%, 80%, so on and so forth. You can't have certain amount of assets. Like you can't go in there if you got $750,000 in the bank. That, you know, this might not be your development, because these are for, you know, low to moderate income seniors. There will be some units that are market rate, but so anyway, so we're gonna have a meeting here with all the potential seniors. Starting in July, we will open the official waiting list. What we have right now is what's called a housing inquiry. Anybody that's interested, they can call, they can ask for the social work department, in particular Jonathan, or they can ask for the housing department, which is Miss Janice, and say they want to inquire about Lotus Village. Their name has been going on the list. From there, they'll go on the official waiting list. So anybody, I know, because a lot of board members have been calling me, how we get people on, that's how we're doing it. And then once we do the pre-rental meeting, the council will step back and the developer and the leasing team will take over, so that we don't have to do the bad part. Because, you know, it's just 116 units. We got about 10,000 seniors want to get in there. So we don't want to say, oh, you could go and you can't go. So we're going to let the leasing team be the face of no and not us. All right. Also, you have a question?
Yes, Tasha, Ms. Amar.
Yeah.
Do you guys plan to do regular evaluations once the people move in? Like
Yes,
monthly?
they will do, just like we do Dumas House, there is monthly inspections of each apartment. And then our social work team, not only are there monthly apartment inspections, but our social worker will carry each senior in their caseload. So we make sure if they need anything, if they have any financial hardships, make sure they're participating. If they want to participate in the food pantry program, we do a continuum of care plan for each senior that's in our program. Yeah. So we have to make sure that's part of the funding, our obligation to the funding source, that we maintain the property at a certain level. So in between the admin building, Lotus Village, and this building, we're gonna cart, you know, back and forth and check on the properties, meet with the seniors, so on and so forth.
And I was asking because, you know, I have someone who's elder who works for me, and she's a nice lady, pays her rent on time, no holes or nothing wrong. But I had never went to the back of the house. She always doesn't come in the front, just full of junk.
Yeah.
And now it's termites and all that stuff. And so that's why I was asking.
Yeah, we also have a group that we work with seniors, because when they get to a certain age, they begin to hoard.
Definitely.
Right, and so we have a little hoarding program that we put them in. We teach them how not to do that, right? And then we annually, or you know, biannually go through and help them, you know, kind of thin out the things, because the unit isn't but so large, and you can't keep all of that stuff, right? From 1911, it's just can't keep it. So we work with them, because that's, you know, it matters to them, those things, but they have to just kind of go through what is important and what's not, because the memory is actually in your head and not the item. Right. All right, and then lastly, we do have 3 properties and 4 or 5 other pieces of land in the village that we just got the design in, that we'll put into commerce, and that we're gonna have Section 8 seniors with vouchers that will move into these units. And that's all I have, Madam Chair. Construction, and swimming pool is getting done. Construction. Yep.
Okay, any questions? Okay, unfinished business. Going once, any unfinished business?
All right.
Twice?
Okay.
Gone. We
All
have
right.
no unfinished business. Any new business?
Yes, I do. Senior skip day. We skipping the senior centers. We cutting school and we going to the fairgrounds. So we would like for you all to make some time. If you can't come all day, just come for a little while. We're gonna have crawfish because it's on Cinco de Mayo. We're gonna have tacos and nachos, virgin margaritas. Chief is frying fish. We got knuckle sucking chicken from the Chicken Shack. They bringing chicken. We got vendors. We got the LDH bringing the colorectal bus if you're into that. If you want to go get a colorectal screening, will be on-site screenings.
Oh, Jesus.
We got games, bingo. We got a bingo tent. We have 2 live bands. We have a DJ, and we're just gonna have our first time coming together after the pandemic. We're gonna spread out across the fairground, and we're gonna have a good old senior time. We might even do senior slip and slide if we if we deem necessary. We might do senior slip and slide. So y'all come. We want y'all to come out, fellowship with the seniors, volunteer, eat crawfish, walk around, get to know the seniors, because we have a lot. And what we realized over this last 2.5 years, we lost almost 400 seniors due to COVID and the pandemic. And so what we want to do is, and we're coming into that in our 50th year, we want to do something to honor those people, to memorialize them, and to realize that we lost them and that their loss means something to us. And to the seniors that are still here, we want to celebrate them, that they made it, you know. And so we want you all to come out and join this activity. So make some time on your busy schedules. It's from 10 to 2. We're going to be at the fairground. We're going to be on the tent, so you won't be so hot, right? All right. We're going to have fans and all that good stuff. Porta potties galore. That's it, Madam Chair. You got something? Anybody else?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And it's just almost like a point of personal privilege.
Okay.
Today is our last real board meeting where we're going to discuss real business with Jennifer and Mrs. Jared Booker.
That's right.
And it's just a point of personal privilege for me, and I'm sure many of my fellow board members of this residence them as well. It's been a pleasure
That's
serving
right.
under both of you guys. 'Cause
That's right.
You've been our chair while you're the vice chair, now you're the chair, you're the treasurer. And me and Jennifer have sat next to each other for every single meeting.
That's right. That's right.
And so I'm a Miss Jennifer. So
Right.
I'm taking applications for who sits next to me. Good job, y'all. And I ask that we all take a picture together.
Yeah.
For the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
And also in that same vein, and we're going to do this at the annual meeting, we're going to be losing, 5 of our good members, Pastor Cyrus and
Well, losing 2 more because Angie's already gone.
that's right, that's right.
Andrews
And
and
so,
Stark.
yeah, because Chandler already moved to Colorado. So, yeah, we are going to lose 5 members who have really been good to the board, dedicated to the seniors, and we appreciate them. But we also want to appreciate you all to serve extra time during the pandemic so that we didn't have to, lose our leadership. It's a testament to all of you all. So we most definitely thank and appreciate you all for sure.
I want to say thank you to everybody for being so welcoming, especially to the staff. Y'all have been so great. And I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you,
And
Jennifer.
hopefully one day you'll have me back.
We will. You just have to sit off 1 year and come on back. But in the meantime, you can always join the senior center.
Hey,
You have to be,
I mean, it is a big birthday.
senior center
but I'm not-
emeritus.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to join a senior center.
That's right. That's right, Ms. Booker.
And I'm going to take my husband with me. But I've enjoyed it. I think I'm the longest serving board president
You are.
ever.
Yeah, you are.
But I've had a grand time, and I thank you so much, and the staff has been great.
Yeah, thank
There's
you.
not one thing that I've asked for. We work together, and they have always taken care of it. So thank you so much, staff and the board.
Right.
And we hope to see y'all again doing other things, good
That's
things.
right. That's right.
Okay?
All right.
All righty. And there's no other business? If there's no other business, can I get a motion for adjournment?
All right.
Second. It's been moved and second. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
I don't know what I'm.